Alrighty. Hello folks, how we doing? Let me fix this guy. See where we're at. Okay, I think we're doing alright. Hopefully the volume's not too bad. Trying a bit of a different setup today. Got the DGT board out. Going to be doing some solving, maybe some games as well. So yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. We're gonna be back to it. Okay, let's check. There we go. What's going on in Discord? Alright, live on Twitch. Sweet. And let's go here. Oh, and then I was gonna add a timer, but yeah, I'm not sure if we... Yeah, let me add a timer actually. Timer would be good. Where's our timer? There we go. Beautiful. Okay, there's our little timer. And I'll put it up here. Because I'm going to be doing some solving, and probably I'll want to set a limit of around 15 to 20 minutes per position. Okay, let's see. Another thing here. Okay. That looks good. And where's our mixer? Oh. Alright, so now we need... Hold on, we're gonna need another thing here. Audio thing. For some reason... Okay, let me figure this out. My mixer isn't picking up the audio. It's so weird. Okay, let me try to add a new one. Why doesn't it? OBS frustrating me. I can't do any kind of audio. Okay, wait, let's try this one. You have to be playing audio. Weird that it's not picking up. Oh, maybe because the desktop audio is disabled, but no, that's normal. Weird. Hey, Skevix, how we doing? Hey, Mahim. Yeah, I was trying to get the audio working, but I can't seem to make it happen. Oh yeah, you guys can hear me all right. It's just trying to get the desktop audio going, but for some reason on Mac it just won't give me the desktop audio in the mixer. Usually it shows up in the mixer, but right now it doesn't. So I guess we're going without music. Yeah, I'm still kind of new to Mac, so I just don't really know all the secrets. But my experience with this has been amazing, actually. It's just been such a revelation to have a battery in your computer that lasts. It's been such a revelation. And like you open the computer and it's just on. It doesn't have to catch its breath. Thanks, Mahim. Thanks. So yeah, I was gonna do some calculation training to start. Oh wait, we lost our board. My bad. Shouldn't have minimized that one. There we go. Yeah, basically I just wanted, I needed a new laptop and I wanted something comfortable for travel. Cause like, yeah, I'm going to like Europe for 2 months now. And then in Europe, you know, they don't really have a lot of outlets. Like if you go to a coffee shop, very few outlets. Here in the US, you go to a coffee shop, it's outlet city because they know that's what the people want. The people need a place to plug in their stuff. In Europe, it's like not so common, and everyone's on MacBooks anyway, so no one really needs an outlet because their computers just last. You know, they just last a normal amount of time, and they don't have to be plugged in. With my Windows laptop, you know, I have to carry the charger around. They got to plug in, and there's no outlet. You know, I can use ChessSpace for max 45 minutes. So yeah, what made me change was like the battery life, and then also like, you know, they kept saying that these new Macs are just insanely like power efficient, and indeed the thing lasts forever. Like I watched 2 episodes of Netflix, I'm at like 98% battery. like how's that possible? So yeah, that's been a real revelation, being able to actually use a computer without it being plugged in 100% of the time. The ChessSpace thing is a bit of a annoyance, but I think you can use ChessSpace via the Parallels thing. You can use Parallels and then use ChessSpace in there. I'm hoping the ChessSpace thing gets fixed. Like at some point, there's gotta be a solution that works. Okay, there were some questions earlier. So Teddy's was asking what to focus on studying, because you worked on your weaknesses and you're fairly universal for your rating. You're around 2,000. Well, I mean, you got to go play some chess. You got to go test yourself. Go play, and you either win all your games or you make some mistakes, and you'll definitely pick up on stuff to work on. But in the meantime, you know, calculation's right there. End games, openings. I would say work on it all. But yeah, if you want specific advice, you got to go play and lock horns, you know, with other players. Okay. And then Mr. Trash95 was asking, I'm a 2000 rapid player and playing people OTB that I know are better than me, but I'm just losing to dumb tactics like pins, forks after trades. It's the best way to avoid blunders. OTB. So are we talking about OTB classical chess or OTB rapid chess? Like Blitz and Rapid? I didn't understand. But in general, the way to avoid tactics is to spend more time and be more focused on that. You just have to be kind of hardcore about it. Like before making a move, you have to try and calculate as much as you can, watch out for blunders, do a tactical check for the opponent's moves, right? Sit on your hands, so to speak. I mean, it's kind of like a metaphorical piece of advice, but sometimes people do it literally, myself included. You know, sit on your hands until you're ready to make a move, and then you're much less likely to rush and blunder. But yeah, take your time. Sounds like we're not taking our time. So we need to take our time and really, really calculate. Okay. Okay. Bueno. Book recommendations. Yeah, I think we had a command for that. Did we have a command for that? No. I thought we did. If you go to our site, well, that's a book. We got, I mean, that's a good book for sure. How to Analyze Your Games, absolutely. If you go to our site, we have book recommendations for every cohort, and so you can see which books you've read already, which ones you haven't. But yeah, lots of great books out there. Lots of great books to read. Okay, so let me start setting up. I'm gonna do some problems out of this book, Calculation by Grandmaster Jakob Agard, the famous GM preparation series. This book is tough. I remember I did a bunch of it a while back, then I restarted, and then slowly I was slogging through it. Then I took a long break. I was doing other books. Now we're getting back to it, hoping to warm up a bit as going to be playing Reykjavik starting in literally like a week. So we have to try and get in shape. Okay, I think the last one I was doing is chapter 5, Elimination. What was the last one? The last one I did was number 8. Okay, great. So that means I'll do number 9. And I'm hoping we can set this up using the board and because I got the DGT board connected to the chess.com analysis board, so I'm hoping it will work. But if I take the queen off, then it's not gonna follow. Okay, well we'll just do what we can. There we go. I can do it like this. Okay. That's funny. So knight comes out, and then if I move the rook up, it doesn't. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure there's an easy way to get it to set up on chess.com. So I'll just set it up and then we'll reset it up again. Oh no. Drop the queen. As usual. Okay. This looks good. Then I'm gonna have to flip this around. Okay, then let's. Oh, I should have set it up first. That's right. All right, actually, let's clear the board. Okay, rook, pawn, knight. Actually, I kind of remember the position, so I don't really need to check the board too much. Bishop on f2. White king h3. Black was in check. It was like this, right? Okay, and it was black to play. Okay, great. Okay, looks good. Oh yeah, if you're playing really fast, it's kind of the opposite of what you want to be doing in classical. Yeah, you want to slow down. No, I don't always sit on my hands, but that's because I learned how to not play super fast, right? But if you're feeling antsy, that's a great way to kind of help yourself. Okay, folks, so it's black to play, obviously, because we're in check. I'm going to put 15 minutes on the timer and then think about it. This is from the chapter on elimination, meaning that there's only going to be, let's say, a couple of reasonable moves. In this case, we only have a few candidates because we're in check. And so it's about not just about finding the best move, but rather eliminating options until you find only one choice left. And then whether it's good or bad is not that important. If everything else is losing or not good, well, then you already know what you have to play. So, okay, I'm going to minimize the chat so you guys feel free to discuss the position. Then I'll think on my own. And yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Okay, let's start the timer. Great. Okay, tough. But okay, what am I thinking here? Yeah, okay, so it feels like king h6 loses because bishop e3 check. Rook g7, I feel that this endgame is drawn after rook g7. But well, rook g7 rook takes g7, king g7, d7, rook d1, bishop h4, f2, bishop takes f2, king f6, d8 queen, rook d8, bishop h4, king e5, bishop takes d8, a4, king g3, I'll go bishop e7, king d4, king g3, king c3, king f2, b5, king e1, b4, king d1, b3, king c1, king b3, bishop f6, a3, bishop takes b2, a takes b2. Okay, so that's a draw. But rook g7, maybe white can go king h2. The king h2, no, we have rook b2. That's a problem. So rook g7, king h2, rook b2. I think black is doing well. Knight d3, rook d2. Yeah, d7, just rook takes d3. Okay, so I kind of landed on king h8. Because, well, I didn't see actually how white makes a draw here. So threatening mate, and then if knight f7 check, king g7. Seems like the king walks out. Knight e5 check, king f6. Or if knight f7 check, king g7, d7. We have rook h1 check, king g3, king f8 check. We pick up the rook. So yeah, I was thinking king h8 is kind of the best way for black to fight for their chances. Okay, let's reset the timer. These are usually find the best move, but it's always like a concrete solution kind of thing. You guys have a good point with the King H8 Knight takes F3 line. Because I was thinking King H8 Knight F3, Rook H1 Knight H2, Rook D1. But then there's D7 and Rook E8 is coming. After like some bishop move. Or if we go like Rook D8. So yeah, now I'm not sure at all. King H8 Knight F3 might just be bad for black. In which case we do have to just make a draw with Rook G7. See, Rook D1, D7, A4. Bishop G3, Rook D3. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I don't quite see it after Knight F3. So King H8, Knight F3, Rook H1, Knight H2, Rook D1. If White pushes D7, we go A4. Scary though. Knight G4. Wait, D1, D7, A4, Knight G4, A3, because there's no threat. Rook H1 still. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm pretty scared of this. King H8, Knight F3, Rook H1, Knight H2, Rook D1, Bishop G3, Rook D3, Knight G4. Well, to be fair, on Bishop G3, you could just take on D6, and that's a draw. Okay, so that's a draw, so I'm actually not scared of that. So King H8, Knight F3, Rook H2, Knight H2. But then if Rook D1, Bishop G3, I mean, if White has a draw there, minimum, then might as well just play Rook G7 now and not risk it. Dina Belankaya, wow, thank you for the raid. Hello everyone. We're in the thick of it. with this problem. How's everyone doing? Welcome. Hope you had a good stream. Let's give Dina a shout out. This was a tough one. This is a tough problem. We're just kind of done, I think, analyzing here. I'm gonna write something down. I'm thinking we gotta go rook g7 here. This is my training notebook where I've written down a bunch of previous answers. I find it very helpful to write down when you're solving stuff. This is my Polgar. All my Polgar mates, mate in twos. Got pretty hardcore about these. Look at that. This is my Polgar page. Oh, Dina played a great game against Champ Kit. Nice. Nice. Congrats. Got to beat those kids. These kids are coming after us. They're ruthless. Okay. So, this is number 9. We were thinking here, rook g7. We have to play where I think it's equal. Maybe equal plus. I would still slightly prefer black there. Because everything else, okay, king h6 loses immediately, bishop e3 check. And then king h8, this is really the critical line. Knight takes f3. Rook h1 check, knight h2. Rook d1. Okay, bishop g3, and then black is the one that has to hold the draw. Or possibly d7, which I'm not sure about. d7. We go a4. And then bishop g3. Yeah, that would be a problem. Rook d3, knight g4. And yeah, it's a mess. Or it's very complicated. Oh wait, I messed up my notation here. Why knight g4 in that line? I think just to block the g file, because I went rook d3 hitting the bishop. So knight g4 covers the g file, so it's not hanging. Thanks for following. Are Agard books worth it? Yeah, I mean, I think Agard's books are fantastic for anyone over 2,000 at least. Classical rating, OTB. Okay, I messed up the notation here, but that's okay. King h8, knight takes f3, knight h2. All right, let's take a look. Okay, I don't feel good about this one, but we'll see. Is your rook g7 line completely wrong? I have no idea, Steph Kitch. I think I missed it. Okay, so wow. In the game, King H6 was played, which is rough, and then of course Black lost after Bishop E3 check. So King H8 is also no good. Main line here is actually Knight G4. Which is actually kind of funny. It's very similar to Knight takes F3, except it leaves the F pawn on the board. So now in this line, Rook H1, Knight H2, Rook D1, Bishop G3. There's no Rook D3 because, but Bishop G3 anyway, we could still take there. So how does this work? Knight G4. Rook H1 check. Okay, King G3, Rook D1. D7, B5. King takes F3, and white is winning. Because Knight F6 is a huge threat. And yeah, we're either getting mated or white's D pawn is promoting. So okay, so yeah, Rook G7 was needed to not lose. Let's go back. So, since both king moves lose, Rook G7 is the only move. As long as this one also doesn't lose. If it also loses, then, well, we're in trouble. D7 was no good, right? Because Rook H1. So take. Oh, it didn't. Didn't go. Will it let me make a variation? No. Chess.com doesn't like variations. Clear all analysis. Delete move. There we go. So here. No, it doesn't like, oh, because the position's wrong. My rook should be on B1. That's why. All right, there we go. So takes, king takes, D7, rook D1, king G3, king F6, and this one is going to be a draw. Yeah, same line we calculated actually. Takes, A4, bishop E7. Oh, it didn't. Hold on. So it was D7, rook D1, king G3. There we go. King F6 here. And then black takes the knight, and it's a draw. And then can we go back and make variations? As long as we have the right position. Yeah, awesome. We can make new lines as well. So yeah, king h8, this was bad because of knight g4. Though he also said, or he also says in the notes, knight, this one is also winning. So check here, rook d1, and then d7. And yeah, now bishop is coming in at some point, or knight g4, knight f6. That's a problem. Right, I was thinking a4 here, threatening bishop b5, rook d3, knight g4. And then king h4 is next, and then bishop e5. Oh, oops, I didn't. Again, I messed up the line like this. d7, this one. a4, bishop here. And knight g4, followed by king h4, bishop e5. And yeah, we got problems. Okay. Thank you, Dylan. Plays chess. Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, Steph Kitch. I was looking at that line as well. So I think that endgame is drawn. You're welcome, Carl. See you. Okay, next one. Let me set it up on the board first and then put it on the chess.com. Actually, I'm going to have to be white in this one, so we'll have to flip it. I think I need the clock, actually. There we go. Okay. Sorry guys, need to stay focused, okay? So now no chit chat between puzzles, just gotta go to the next one while our brain is still working. Okay, pawn, queen, horse. And okay, that looks good. Wow. Okay, let's set it up here. Okay, see you, Santos said. Okay, new game, set up position. I set it up just for you guys. You see? Oop. I need that one gone. How do I get rid of this pawn? Bruh, how do you get rid of a piece? I don't understand. Okay, knight, queen, rook, pawn, 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 king, bishop, knight, rook, queen, king. Okay, but how do I get rid of this bishop? How do I get rid of these bishops? Oh, there we go. Okay, just has to be deselected. All right, I got it now. I got it. All right, great. White to play. So this is white to play, and we're supposed to equalize. So we're looking for equality here. All right, let's reset the timer. 15 minutes. I won't be looking at chat, folks, so feel free to discuss amongst yourselves, and then we'll check in once the 15 minutes are up. All right, y'all. Once again, white to play and make a draw or equalize. This is the process of elimination chapter. So a lot of these problems, it's not necessarily about finding some key continuation, but rather just seeing which continuations lose and then finding the only one that doesn't lose or the only win or what have you. Here we have to find the only line that doesn't lose. Like, for example, knight takes g3 is bad after knight takes g3 check. King h2, rook takes f1, followed by rook h1 mate. Just. Okay, I think I'm more or less done with this one. So I'm thinking I guess the critical move here is if we go rook takes rook. Problem is queen e1 check, king h2, bishop e5. And then knight g3 is just a huge problem. And so instead, I think we gotta go gf3. Queen takes h3 check. King g1, queen takes f5, queen takes e4. And I don't think black has anything better than perpetual check with queen g5. Knight takes queen, we already discussed. Knight takes g3 check. King h2, rook takes f1. It's bad. So yeah, gf3 looks like we have to go. Because rook f3, queen e1, king h2, bishop e5. Queen a2, knight g3, queen a7 check, king h7, queen a8 check, king h7, queen a7 check, king g6, knight e7 check, king g5. It's GG. Okay, I'm gonna write that down, and then we can discuss. My bookmark. This one for me felt a little bit easier. The other endgame was tough. Okay, so 1, g takes f3, queen takes h3 check, king g1, queen takes f5, queen takes e4, queen g5 check. I'm a big believer in writing down your solutions. I feel like it locks you in, makes you dedicated, it feels good. You then have a record of all the work you've done over the course of your chess training. Just long-term good habit, writing your solutions down. Okay, if rook takes f3, then we didn't like queen e1 check, king h2, bishop e5. Queen a2, knight g3, queen a8 check, king h7, queen a7 check, king g6, knight e7 check, king g5 minus plus. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. But hopefully you see the... I mean, the board is set up correctly, at least. Just the notation is a bit off, yeah? But hopefully you guys aren't using coordinates to follow the line. Yeah, won't be doing much analysis on this one. But well, yeah, you guys heard me. I was thinking this. Here, take, and then I thought that should be a draw. Because if this one... Oh, it's not even white to play. All right. So this one, then check here and bishop e5. Looked followed by knight g3. Looked super dangerous. Maybe bishop d4, even stronger there. Takes knight g3. Actually looks more forcing. Oh, rook takes f4. Yeah. So I think bishop e5 and then knight g3 is good. Okay, let's check. Number 10. Oh no, missed it. So gf3 is bad. So queen takes h3, king g1, knight g3. There's a problem. If knight takes g3, bishop d4 check leads to mate. So rook f3 was needed. Queen e1, king h2, bishop e5, queen a2, knight g3. Oh, I did miss something. Oh, well. Queen g1 at the end. Okay, let's see if we can put the line on the board. So, okay, it was black to play, huh? Let me triangulate here. Wait, why can't seem to make any moves? Why would no moves work? This doesn't make any sense. No one's in check, right? This should be legal. Chess.com buggy. Alright, I'll refresh. It might break everything. Okay. We'll just do it again. So rook, pawn, pawn. Pawn, pawn. Knight, queen. Rook, king. Bishop, king, queen, knight. Okay, great. So this was correct. Oh, timer's bugging out. Because After this, queen a2, knight g3, white has check, check, check. And then here I missed only move queen g1. The visualization wasn't strong enough. Wasn't crisp enough. And so white's holding here. And this one, what I wanted was bad because of check and knight g3 is brutal. Takes, I think, this check. And yeah, this is GG. Okay, tough. Tough one. Okay, I gotta try to visualize that again because we got it wrong. So rook f3, queen e1, bishop e5, queen a2, knight g3, check, check, g6, knight e7, king g5. Oh, so hard to visualize. Yeah, it's easier to visualize blindfold almost because the pieces get so jumbled up when you're looking at the board. Yeah, I always try to like revisualize when I get it wrong. Okay. Next one. Okay. Because the rook switch colors. Interesting. All right, let's set this one up. Add game, set up position, clear board. This time we got the right side. White gets a rook, white gets a queen. Okay, white to play. White to play. White to play, white to play. Oh. That was supposed to be a pawn, still white to play. And let's give white a king. Okay, and it's black to play. All right, let's flip this around again. And let's reset the timer. Okay, here we go. See you guys. See you guys in a bit. Start this clock too. Okay, process of elimination. So again, we have to find kind of only move here, and I think this one was also to equalize. Yeah, so we're looking for a draw or some kind of equality. Okay. Yeah, I want queen a1, check king g2, bishop g7. I don't see the exact problem. And I feel like yeah, everything else just loses on the spot. d7, rook d8. Queen takes g6, queen f6. Feel like we're holding. I mean, the other ones are pretty hard, so I'm like doubting myself big time. But I mean, honestly, what else to do? I don't see what else to do. I mean, mate is threatened, queen h6 is threatened. We can give our queen with queen c1 check, king g2, queen c6 check, king h3. Queen takes h6 check, king g8. d7, queen e6 check, g4. No, rook c3 check. So we have check, bishop g7. And check, queen c6. Followed by queen e8. Tough. Tough university. Check, check. King h3, queen e8. Queen h6, king g8, queen f4, queen e6, king g2. Seems pretty similar to the other line, that's why I'm confused. Check, bishop g7. I feel like I can't eliminate either of these. Queen a1, bishop g7. d7. Rook d8. Takes queen f6. Queen g4. Rook c2. I don't know. Queen h6 check, king g8, queen h7 check, king f8. Queen e6 is coming. Man, tough. Tough. Check. f3. Okay, time's running out. Yeah, I don't like this queen a1, bishop g7 line. I feel like the other line is more forcing. So queen a1, king g2, bishop g7, queen takes g6, queen f6. Maybe we can find something here. Yeah, I didn't like queen g4. I feel like that's actually kind of difficult for black. Okay, so I'm going with queen c1, queen c6. So queen c1 check, king g2, queen c6, check, king h3, queen e8. At least a perpetual for black. Queen takes h6, king g8, queen h7 check, king f8. Okay, probably hella wrong, but what can you do? We're trying our best here. Okay, let me write this down. Lock it in. Queen c1 check, king g2, queen c6 check, king h3, queen e8. All right, let's see what you guys were thinking. Yeah, whenever white plays f3, there's always going to be rook c2 check as well to add to the attack. So it's hard for white to go f3 in these lines. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I was thinking this one and queen c6. All right, let's see. So in the game, queen a1 check was played, question mark. King g2, bishop g7. And now white has a very nice winning move in rook b4. Okay, I didn't see a rook b4. So queen a1 was bad. King g2, bishop g7, rook b4. Presumably threatening rook f4. Which I wanted later on, but yeah, I didn't realize we don't even have to take the g6 pawn as white. Instead, white played queen takes g6. Oh, queen f6, rook takes g7. Ah, I missed that. And that's easy. Queen takes g7, queen f5 check. Picks up the rook. Instead, black should have played queen c1, queen c6, queen e8, queen takes h6, king g8, where white should seriously consider taking the perpetual. Okay, so we got one. We got one. I didn't see that line though. That was a crazy line. So the key line here for queen a1. Wait, it didn't like my move. Why didn't like my move? Oh yeah, again, it's like not moving the pieces. Oh, so annoying. Man. These, I don't know who to blame. DGT, chess.com, everyone in between. Anyway, so the point was if check here, takes queen f6, then white has rook. Okay, arrows are killing me. And white has rook takes g7, queen takes g7, and queen f5 check at the end, picking up this guy. Oh, copy Fen. Very smart. Can I copy Fen? Yes. Okay, I wish it would work though. Oh, no, I don't need review. No, please. Please, not the review. Anything but the review. Okay, refresh. Refresh. Here we go. Okay, so this was the key variation why this whole thing doesn't work. Now rook takes g7. Boom. And black is lost. That was the game. Ivanchik Gelfand. So better was our solution, which was check, queen e8, which looks ugly, but doesn't lose because we have queen e6 in the position. Okay, bravo. What do I want to do? Let's see, you've got some time here. Okay, let's play some rapid games. Clock doesn't really need to be on here. And let's go to play. Play online. I feel like 10-5 would be great, but it might be hard to get a 10-5. I'll try though. 10-5. And we'll need the sound. And then let's seek, we do 15-10. Okay, we got a game.
Pawn d2 to d4.
Let's go.
Pawn on field d2 is misplaced.
All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, the Chess Connect is working.
Pawn c2 to c4.
Oh, but is it? Wait, it's not updating the board. Hold on. There we go.
Knight b1 to c3.
Yeah, I would prefer you guys didn't discuss
Pawn e2 to e4.
the game yeah, while I'm playing it. Maybe afterwards.
Pawn h2 to h3.
Cuz I am kind of yeah, trying to take it seriously. Let's go. What do we want to do here? Let's go e5.
Pawn d4 to d5.
I don't know. Maybe it's better if I don't look at chat and then you guys can discuss the game at will. We can do that as well.
Bishop c1 to e3.
Okay, bishop b3. Let's develop this guy.
Knight g1 to f3.
F3, okay. I think here we can castle. Yeah, you guys can talk about jazz. I don't know. I could also just minimize. I mean, I shouldn't really be doing anything other than playing the game, to be honest. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna minimize the chat. You guys
Bishop f1 to d3.
feel free to discuss the game. But yeah, I'm not reading chat until the game is over. And if someone raids, just tell them hello, welcome to the dojo, and let them know we're focusing on the game. Okay, what are we doing here? Knight h5, knight f4 maybe. Bishop d3 I think is a bit unusual. I feel like I haven't seen it in this exact position. Okay. Let's try it. So if g4 will go knight f4. G3 we'll think about f5. I'm thinking.
Queen d1 to d2.
Okay. So now we could go f5 if we want. In some cases, even knight f4, just sacrificing a pawn, I think is quite reasonable. I don't really see what's wrong with f5. Threatening f4. Okay, let's play. There's rapid, so gotta keep the tempo up. Now if I played g3 instead of queen d2, I was thinking f5, ef5, gf5, knight takes e5, knight takes g3, fg, bishop takes e5. Now I'm not sure what the eval of that position is there, but I thought
Bishop
that's
e3 to g5.
decent for black. Okay, here we have a couple moves. Knight f6, bishop f6, queen e8. Yeah, I like knight f6. So now we're threatening f4, kind of locking in the bishop. Putting some pressure on e4 as well, so knight c5 is a move. And then once we unpin, then the knight will be putting pressure on e4. So the knight is kind of, the knight's done its job. It's got out of the way of f5 and now comes back to pressure the e4 pawn. So maybe white castles here, castle's long. Can go knight c5, f4. Let's see if f4, g3, h6. Bishop f6, queen f6. Yeah, that's good for black. So yeah, f4 is kind of annoying positional threat. So maybe white takes on f5. We go gf. Threatening e4. Starting to feel a little unpleasant for white. Dark squares. Chess is fun, huh? Especially this like e-board thing is cool because I'm using the DGT board. I got this Chess Connect browser extension. Before I started using that extension a little while ago, I was never able to get the DGT to be reliable on chess.com. It would just like make ghost moves, mess up like I just couldn't. It's just unplayable. On Lichess it was okay. Chess.com unplayable. But ever since installing the Chess Connect browser extension, not sponsored, it's totally free anyways. The DGT board works perfectly. I have a Chestnut Pro back home as well. It works fine. So this extension is just genius, just work of genius. Once again, folks, I'm not reading the chat, so if you'd like to discuss the game, feel free. And then afterwards, I will catch up and read all of your funny / insightful comments.
Pawn g2 to g3.
Okay, that makes sense. So if I go f4, takes h6, takes. It's not so clear. 4 takes h6, bishop h4, ef, queen f, g5. Kind of scary, actually. Let's see. I think I want to start with knight c5. Bishop c2. And then just fe4. Don't we just have fe4 actually? And knight e4 we take again. Bishop e4 we take again. Bishop d8, knight d2. So knight c5, bishop c2, fe. We will have to move the knight somewhere, like knight h4. Then maybe queen e8. Yeah, should go for it. Yeah, it looks okay. I don't really see what white is going to be getting for the pawn. Dude, chess is fun. I can honestly say, I mean, playing chess, pretty fun. You get to move the pieces around, you get to calculate, your opponent moves, you move, get some squares.
Bishop b3 to c2.
It's good. It's a good game. Okay, let's take. I think I already made up my mind.
Bishop c2 to b3.
Well, that doesn't seem right. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna write if he wants to take back. I was gonna suggest King h8. All right, I'll go King h8, Bishop c2. Because I want to continue the game. I don't want the game to just end.
Bishop b3 to c2. Piece on field b3 is misplaced.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Here.
Knight c3 takes e4.
Oh, but he blundered anyway. I think. I think knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes. Bishop d8, knight d2. What's just piece up for black, right? What are we missing?
Bishop c2 takes e4.
It's typical King's Indian trick, guys. You gotta know this one. Knight. Sometimes you can do it with like knight takes pawn, and then the tactics work out because they take our queen, we take their queen, and their bishop always ends up hanging. So we end up getting their darkster bishop. But here we're grabbing an extra piece on e4, so it's no question. No question. It's funny, I didn't see, but the guy in the chat, he wrote that he watched my video on this line with h3 bishop e3. What are the odds, huh? I made a video on the Karpov system, h3 bishop e3.
Bishop G5 takes D8.
Dude watched my video on it. Go figure. Go figure. Okay, now it's just GG because knight f3 is check. Bishop is hanging on d8. So it's just extra piece for black.
Knight f3 takes d2. Black wins. Black wins.
Okay, GG.
Knight f3 takes d2.
GG. Yeah, it's pretty fun to play in the DGT. But yeah, I felt pretty good about that game. Let's see. I thought opening went well. Okay, can mute this guy for now. So castles, bishop d3. We went knight h5, which was good. Queen d2, f5, and black is already better. Bishop g5, knight f6. Okay, this might have been inaccurate. Maybe we should have gone queen e8, actually. I never know when to go knight f6, when to go queen e8 in response to bishop g5. I don't really see the difference. So knight f6, Compy wants to take, which yeah, I thought was best. Take. Oh, knight h4 here. Yes. Okay. But this is pretty normal. Like e4, bishop c2, and yeah. Okay, sharp position. Both sides have their play. Knight b4. So if queen e8, then this ef is not really a thing because gf. And then the queen is better placed, but also here we can just go e4 without even taking back, which is a really nice idea. Because if white takes, then we're taking on f5 with the pawn and winning a piece. So queen e8 actually stops ef. White probably should castle. Let's say knight c5, bishop back. Oh, and then we'd get f4 and h6. So this would be pretty bad for white. It's like minus 1.4 already, 1.5. So knight c5, white has to go ef. Take, queen takes, bishop f5, and black is slightly better. Nice. Okay. So bishop g5, knight f6. So short game, but we made at least one inaccuracy. Knight c5. This was good, so something to learn from. And yeah, f e4, we were expecting knight h4. And then I think I wanted queen e8 here, which looks good. And yeah, -1. Black has big advantage here. Queen, I mean, it's just extra pawn on e4. Hard for white to win this one back. We have knight d3 somewhere if we want. So yeah, life is good. How do you break the habit of philosophizing instead of looking at the position when playing blitz? Yeah, I guess you gotta like focus, right? You gotta... I mean, focus isn't easy. It's just like a very important skill to work on. Especially for me, like OTB blitz, I have to really like force myself to just keep looking into position, keep calculating variations, just try to be as energetic as possible. But I mean, it's a skill. Yeah, you have to continue to push yourself. Okay, let's search for new game. Play some more rapid chess. Honestly, I love playing on, especially with the Chess Connect extension. I'm not worried about like ghost moves or mouse slips or anything like that. I should tell this guy if he was playing on DGT board, he should get this. There's Bishop B3. That's like the classic kind. The move he played. This was exactly the kind of move the DGT would make for me. Like if I just wasn't even touching the pieces, it would just make some weird ghost move because it's glitching. Okay, let's do a new game. Okay, here we go. We're white. All right, let's go E4. Best by test.
Pawn E7 to E6. Pawn on field E7 is misplaced.
Okay, buddy. Okay, I got it. I got it, buddy. Thank you very much. Okay, French, huh? What do we want to play here? Let's go D4.
Pawn D7 to D5.
Advance, or I think I want to play knight C3.
Knight G8 to F6.
Yeah, do I still play Sharp Sicilians and Kings Indian? Indeed. It's kind of main repertoire. Though I'm trying to mix it up a bit more, you know, play new positions, be a bit more universal.
Knight F6 to G8.
Well, knight G8. Okay, that's new. It makes sense. Usually knight is kind of bad on D7, but yeah, here black can try to bring it out via H6 and F5, but yeah, surely there's a reason it's not so good. Okay, I minimized chat, by the way, so feel free to discuss the game. I'll check in afterwards. I feel like I should go F4 here just because it makes sense. 92 might be a fancy move. Do we want F4 or do we want to go 92, C5, C3, knight C6, knight F3, 97, knight F4. I don't know. H4. See, knight F3, C5. Take. I don't know if that's so great. All right, let's go F4. Let's just bite the bullet. See what happens.
Knight G8 to H6. Bishop C8 to D7.
Okay, that's pretty surprising. I'ma just develop.
Pawn a7 to a6.
Okay, well, black wants c5. I don't know why he couldn't play c5 earlier. Go bishop e3. Knight f5 will probably take, maybe take on d5.
Knight b8 to c6.
Knight c6, okay. This is not like a French that I'm used to, I gotta say. Do we go a3 or do we not even bother? I feel like a3 is useful. I'll play a3. Because knight b4 is annoying. I want to keep the bishop on d3 so I can just snap on f5. Black played a6, so I feel like I have the right to play a3. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my opponent is playing like really unusually, I would say. I don't know if it's good. If it was OTB game, I would probably think it's pretty bad. But I'm not really e4 player, you know? So you never know. Sometimes you get...
Knight c6 to a7.
And there's all these like weird lines. Okay, now I'm pretty sure this is bad. It's just taking way too long for for black to do their thing here. There's just no way. f5 maybe I could try already. Bishop f2, castles, h3. Because castle's knight g4, tiny bit annoying. Bishop has to drop back. Is that so bad? Then c5. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I'm gonna go h3. On knight b5, I think I want a4. Knight c3, bc.
Knight a7 to b5.
Okay, no problem. Or maybe we just ignore this with knight e2, actually. Yeah, no, knight e2 actually seems a lot smarter. And then on knight f5, we'll hack. Or go bishop f2, actually. Yeah, I don't really see why I have to trade off this idiot knight. Let's go here. Keep the space.
Knight h6 to f5.
Okay, and I think I just wanted to drop back. I think we could trade, but I think dropping back is more ambitious. Because now we're looking for g4 and a4. We want to harass both of these horses. Okay, feeling black has to play h5.
Pawn h7 to h5.
Good. But now we have a4 if we want. Don't even need it. Okay. I'm a little worried about black playing h4. rook g1, h4. Do we start with g3 or is that too slow? I think we have time because I think black has not played well, so I think we have time for this. And then queen d2, rook g1, g4. Just taking all the space. Yeah, it looks pretty good. If c5, we can probably take that, or go c3 if we want. Or throw an a4 maybe somewhere. Or bishop takes f5. Yeah, on c5, I think bishop f5, and then dc. Just looks like clear advantage for white.
Knight f5 to h6.
Okay. Not really worried about that. Do we go a4 or do we not even bother? I think we're cool. I think I'll just go queen d2. Just keep developing. Actually, I could go g4 because black didn't really stop it. In fact, black allowed it. Black had the pin, but now g4 is playable because I have the pin. So I could go g4. Maybe g4 last move was actually good. But queen d2 probably can't be bad. And eventually we will break. g4, f5. All the pieces will come out. Knight f4. Bishop h4. Black will have to pay for
to e7.
their sins. Okay, queen e7, nothing surprises me anymore. I think maybe g4 now. It's time. Okay.
Knight h6 to g8.
Okay. Let's see, bishop h4, f6, bishop g6 check. Starts to look a little too much.
Pawn f7 to f6.
Check.
King e8 to d8.
Okay. We got time. Now just gotta bring everything in, you know? Slowly, but surely. Not to panic. Maybe f5 now, maybe we castle. Oh, castle's knight takes a3. I feel like f5 and knight f4 looks like money. Takes. And yeah, eventually we just got to get our rooks to the center and it should be good. Probably could have taken the pawn as well. I just didn't really think this is best. Because black wants to go like bishop e8 and slowly untangle, so on bishop e8 here it can go
h5 takes g4.
knight f4. I'm just happy I get to play, man, and still enjoy the game. Because there are times where like I haven't enjoyed chess, and then it's not very fun to play. But lately I've been enjoying the game. For me, I feel like the secret to enjoying the game is to always be willing to play fresh positions and positions that you really believe in. Once you start feeling sluggish with your openings, like you're just doing the same thing every game, I think that's a big problem. You don't want to get stuck there. It's also why I really actually like 960, because you'll basically never be playing the same openings. It's always going to be fresh. But okay, within normal chess, there's still quite a bit to learn in terms of playing different kind. I still got tons to learn. E4 positions, E4, E5, Sicilian, Rui, Slav. I mean, all kinds of openings. Okay. Let's focus. Knight of 4, Fe. Is this a thing? Takes E7. Check. Takes. Take on F8. No way. Okay, so yeah, I think we can go knight F4. Knight G3 is probably not bad as well. But I think this is okay.
Pawn c7 to c6.
Okay. Getting the knight back. Nothing to be worried about. But now I think we can take twice on e6 and then bishop f5. So takes has to go bishop e8, but then we can decide what to do from there.
Bishop d7 to e8.
Okay, now he's not really threatening to take. I want a castle, but I'm worried about knight a3. If I castle kingside, there's rook h4. Takes fe5, knight f5. Queen g5. Okay, a little bit chaotic. Maybe I should just go king f2 actually. Just connect rooks this way. King f2 and then rook ae1. Then put the king on g2. Okay. Yeah, I think this is safe. I like this. I think this is very safe. And then rook e1 and yeah, continue to pound in the center. Adjust. Adjusting.
Rook h8 to h6.
Okay. I'm a little worried about g5 stuff, although I don't think I have to be, but let's just take.
Queen e7 takes e8.
No. Maybe g5. Just get the open up the lines, right? Get our rook into play because black's rook on a8 is out of the game. Yeah, I like g5. You guys like how I just ignore this stupid knight on b5? Just let it hang out. It's decoration. So now I want fg, bishop takes, rook h1, rook h1, and then I feel like I have a super active rook on the h file. Still not over though. I mean, knight h6, queen d3. Still be some play left. Okay, what's he thinking about? Oh no.
Pawn f6 takes g5. Rook h6 takes h1.
Okay. Yeah, gotta think this is good for white with black's rook on a8.
Bishop f8 to e7.
Okay, rook h8 now. Rook h8 just feels absolutely killer. I mean, the queen is just totally dominated. Take, take. Let's do it. No mouse slip. Nice.
Bishop e7 takes g5. King c8 to c7.
Okay, now I think it's finally time for a4. Just relegate this knight to the depths. Then maybe knight f7, knight d6. Or just queen b4. Queen b4, queen e7. We can take.
Queen e8 to e7.
Okay, that's not hanging because we have knight takes d5 check. So I'm just going to take tactics. Maybe rook f8 now, but then, yeah, knight f7. We should have everything covered.
Rook a8 to f8.
Do we throw in b6 check? No, I don't think we need it. Knight f7, I think, should cover everything. And then we have knight g6 as a threat. Everything's kind of defended. It's g5 maybe only move, but yeah, knight g6.
Rook f8 takes f7.
Okay, that's no problem.
Queen e7 takes f7.
Okay. Let's throw in this one. Then queen f8, we can even go e7. Queen f7. And alright, queen e3, yeah, now it's just okay. It's just rook up.
White wins.
Okay, GG.
White wins.
Thank you very much. This guy made you mad. I enjoyed that game. That game was fun for me. Oh, Sixi, hello. Okay, I missed a lot of chat. I apologize. Why is it doing this? Okay. Oh. Good game. Thank you. Good game. All right, let's see. So I thought this was pretty reasonable from our end. Knight g8 was,
to g8.
yeah, not good. a3 could play. Engine likes a3 here as a move. And why exactly c5? DC.
c7 to c5.
Okay. Wants to take on c5, go queen g4. Interesting. Play this structure. Okay. So yeah, f4 might not be most challenging here. But yeah, the way black played this was not very good, I think. just very slow. And yeah, 92 is good here. We could take. What we did is also fine. I think we had some better opportunities, but yeah, I feel like we played this very well overall. Didn't give the opponent any chances, which is what I like to see. Okay, good stuff. Now, why is this chat being so... Oh, there we go. That's why. Using a DGT board. Oh, thanks, Day. Thanks. F4 Steinitz doesn't have good reputation. I thought it's kind of like, main line, or one of big main lines, right? I don't know about knight g8 specifically. Against knight g8, I'm not sure if it's best there, but against knight d7, f4, I thought that's critical. Okay, let's reset. But I thought you were talking about its reputation. Or were you talking about your personal... Well, I can't tell anything about your personal results. But I thought you were saying it's like, it's not supposed to be good or something. Suit might play f4 at the wrong time. Oh yeah, I think we're confusing something here, because Steinitz with f4 is like very specific position. So there is no right or wrong. I mean, I guess there is right time. So it's like d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6. So this is the classical Steinitz with knight f6, e5, knight d7, and then it's f4 here. I mean, this is the big theory. This is the Steinitz with f4. Anything else is just like could be a different line. But this line, of course, this is like thousands of games, big main line, etc. Yeah. Any game collection book suggestions? Yeah, I mean, I like game collections. So yes. I mean, there's many good ones. You just have to pick a player you want to learn more about and then look up a collection of their games. Yeah, I mean, they're all good. I can't name a game collection that I would say like, oh, it sucks. Don't read that. I mean, there's plenty that I haven't read, but I'm sure they're good too. Like, I've never read like Tarash's like 300 selected games, but I know it's a classic. So yeah, I gotta be more specific. So you want something spicy and obscure in Russian? Yeah, I don't know if I have any niche picks. I mean, my favorites are gonna be Fischer, Tal, Karpov, Kasparov, Alekhine, Capablanca. Shirov. I mean, let's just start with the main ones. I would say like everyone should read Fischer's 60 Memorable Games, Tal's Life and Games, Shirov's Fire on Board. Botvinnik's 100 Selected Games. Alekine's My Best Games of Chess. And then some Kasparov books as well. I would say that's like... if you haven't read all of those, I would start somewhere there. Those are bangers. Anand's Life and Games, Kramnik My Life and Games, also very good. So if you haven't read that one. Folks, I'm going to take a quick break because we've been sitting for like over 2.5 hours. Which ones haven't you read? Which ones have you read and which ones haven't you read? I would say those are all classics. And in general, I do prefer books when they're written by the player that played the games. Although there's some amazing collections of like Tibor Karolyi or someone like that, an author annotating a bunch of games. Okay, another good one. I thought of a spicy pick finally. Geller. Geller's Greatest Games. Geller had some great games. He had some great annotations. Very instructive. Russian. Soviet. From Ukraine, actually. My bad. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it was republished recently. It's called like The Nemesis or something. Yeah, Geller is great. I think Geller, one of the underrated heroes of that era. World Chess Championship 1948 by Karas, absolutely. I was reading a little bit of that one on stream actually, not too long ago. Okay, folks, I will take a quick break because we've been sitting down for too long, and then we'll be back. Maybe play some more. What were we doing? Chess. Play some more chess. All right, let's watch some live games. Rustamov, the famous Rustamov. Everyone's playing 3 minute. No one plays real chess anymore on chess.com. Everyone just plays 3 minutes. Not a single rapid game in sight. No, there's a few actually. You guys want to watch rapid game? Or blitz? You prefer blitz or you prefer rapid? 10-minute pool is not bad. Yeah, I just can't do the 10-minute pool with the DGT board because eventually I'll just flag. So I do need some increment. 10-5 is not bad though, but 15-10 is okay. Alrighty, folks, BRB. Alrighty. What's happening? Oh, game's over, huh? Well, that was fast. Let's see who else is playing.
King G7 to F6. King F6 to E7. Rook D2 to C2. Pawn A7 to A5.
Alright, I got a snack
Black
here.
wins.
Some food. Some
Knight
rice.
E8 to F6.
And
Pawn E7 to E6.
some pasta I made the
Pawn
other night.
E7 to D5.
Chicken and mushrooms.
Pawn E6 takes D5. Pawn C7 to C6. Bishop F8 to D6. Short castle.
Hopefully you guys don't find Jeeves
Knight
annoying.
to D7.
I like
Rook
Jeeves.
F8 to E8.
But maybe he gets a little tiresome.
Queen D6 to E7. Knight F6 to E4. Knight D7 to F6. Bishop C8 to F5. Rook A8 to D8. Bishop F5 to G6. Rook D8 to D5. Knight F6 to D7. Pawn H7 to H5. Bishop G6 to H7. Rook D5 to B5. Pawn H5 to H4. Pawn G7 to G5. Pawn G5 to G4. Rook B5 to G5.
Looks dangerous.
Rook G5 takes G4. Queen E7 to G5. Knight D7 to F6. Bishop H7 to F5. Rook G4 takes
Ooh.
F4. Knight F6 to G4.
That's a
Check.
big one. Wow. Nicely calculated.
Black wins.
Six one. They stopped playing. Okay.
Knight d5 to b6. Bishop f8 to d6. Knight b6 takes a4. Pawn b5 takes a4. Short castle. Rook f8 to c8. Pawn a6 to a5. Bishop d6 to f8. Pawn e6 to e5. Bishop b7 to a6. Rook c8 to c7. Rook c7 takes d7.
Bishop b5 now. Queen c2.
Knight c6 to b4.
It's knight b4 active. Queen a5, bishop e2.
Queen b8 to b7. Queen b7 takes e4. Queen e4 to b1. Check. Queen b1 to c2. Bishop a6 to b7. Queen c2 to c7. Bishop b7 to c6. Queen c7 takes c6. Rook a8 to e8. Knight b4 to c2. Pawn h7 to h6. Rook e8 takes e3. Bishop f8 to c5. Knight c2 takes e3. Black wins.
Oof.
Queen c6 to g2. Check.
Check. GG.
Pawn d7 to d6. Bishop on field
Ooh,
h7
Penguin Jam.
is misplaced. Short castle. Knight f6 to g4. King g8 to h8. Knight g4 to h6. Pawn f7 to f5. Queen d8 to e8. Pawn g7 takes h6.
Penguin Jam is too fast for Jeeves.
Bishop c8 takes f5. Bishop f5 takes h3. Rook f8 takes f3. Rook f3 to f4. Queen e8 to g6. Queen g6 to g5. Rook a8 to g8.
Oh, bishop f2 here. Probably there's something better.
Bishop a7 takes f2. Queen g5 takes g3. Rook g8 takes g3. Pawn e5 takes f4.
Feels pretty good for black. Okay.
Knight c6 to e5.
All right, let's get another game going here. Play
Knight e5 to f3.
10-5 would be great.
G3 takes f3.
If I can get 10-5.
Rook f3 to g3. Check. King h8 to g7. King g7 to f6. Rook g3 to c3. Rook c3 to c2. Check.
I think Penguin Jam wins this.
Takes a2.
It's just way too up on the clock. Yeah.
King f6 to g5.
Okay, here we go.
Black wins. Pawn d2 to d4. Pawn on field d2 is misplaced.
All right. Thank you, Jeeves. I'll take it from here. Adjust. Adjust. Oops, adjust.
Knight g1 to f3.
Okay, who are we playing? WFM from Argentina. All right, folks, I'm going to minimize the chat, so feel free. You can discuss the game or whatever. And then I will catch you later.
Pawn c2 to c4.
Okay, good move.
Pawn g2 to g3. Bishop f1 to g2.
Okay, Fianchetto King's Indian. Solid line for white. But of course, black has many ways to play here. Go c5, c6, knight c6. I'll go knight c6. How about that? Idea here is to play e5 and challenge the center. If d5, we'll go back knight b8 and then a5, knight a6, kind of like in that French game, but here I think it makes a bit more sense. If de, that's another big main line.
Pawn d4 to d5.
Okay, drop back. Next is a5, knight a6.
Pawn e2 to e4.
Easy. Knight comes out, knight c5.
Pawn a2 to a3.
Okay, here knight a6, b4 is a thing, so I think knight d7 is more accurate. Not allowing b4. Same idea we had in the in the French line, where black had a knight on h6, and then I went h3, g4, and black had a pawn on h5, because they couldn't take twice because of the pin. So you see, guys, these ideas, they come up time and time again on the chessboard. Okay, now we want knight c5, bishop d7, a4.
Bishop c1 to g5.
Okay. This move is new for me. I'm not sure if I should play h6. I think I should, just to kick the bishop back. I feel like that is important. Let's do it. And then bishop e3, I think knight g4. Followed by knight c5.
Bishop g5 takes f6.
Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. That's fine. I think bishop takes f6 should be a-okay. Normally we're not afraid of this. We'll drop the bishop back and then go f5. And we have a nice dark squared bishop. b4 here, maybe just b6.
Pawn b2 to b4.
Okay. Yeah, let's go b6. I don't think white's really close to getting c5 in just yet. They need a couple more moves. Knight e1, knight e3. Knight e1, bishop e7, knight e3, f5. f4 maybe. Knight e1, bishop g7, knight e3, f5. c5. Yeah, I don't think I should be too afraid of that. Bishop a6 even.
Queen d1 to c2.
c2, okay. I think bishop drops back and we go for f5 idea. Bishop e7 just to cover h4. Maybe it's better. Bishop e7. Because bishop g7, f5, knight h4 would be kind of annoying. Bishop e7, we also cover c5 an extra time. Okay, I'll experiment. I'll go here. Try this. So now f5, knight h4 is not a concern. We're covering c5 an extra time. And now we want f5, knight f6, or f5, f4, g5, g4. Typical attacking idea. Wow, bishop is actually pretty good on e7. It covers a lot of squares.
F3 to d2.
Okay, goes away. Now I think f5 pretty much has to be played. If f4 will take on b4, take on a1. Go bishop f6. And now, okay, I want to follow up here with knight f6, f4. If f4 first, bishop h3 maybe, so knight f6 first, then f4, g5. And yeah, attack is going. But okay, still take some time before we generate some real threats.
Pawn f2 to f4.
f4, okay. So I think first things first, we got to get this rook off f1. But if we take twice, go bishop f6, there's going to be rook a8 at the end. Maybe just bishop f6 here. But then ef. Okay, maybe we take on f4, pawn takes. Bishop f6, ef, bishop d4 check. We have. Okay, that looks better. So take, pawn takes, bishop f6. Or maybe knight f6, e5, take, take, knight g4. Ooh, that looks super risky. No, I don't like that at all. Okay, let's take. Expecting pawn takes.
Rook f1 takes f4.
Rook takes f4. What about AB? Do I have the position wrong? Okay. I mean, bishop g5 also looked good. I think there's many things wrong with this move. EF, maybe bishop G5, F6, rook F6. Yeah. EF, I can also go G5. Or even take the knight. I don't see what's wrong with taking on C3. F6, rook F6, take, bishop takes, queen G6, bishop G7, and then knight F8. So we should be able to defend there.
Knight C3 to B5.
Okay. Time to go active. So rook F2, we have bishop E3. Rook F3, we get knight E5 with tempo. So rook should probably
Rook F4 to F1.
go back to F1, yep. Now, probably take on A3, I guess. Maybe I should have just moved my knight first, huh? I feel like I played this one a little fast. Knight E5, AB, take, F4. I mean, yeah, black has nice position regardless. Just a question of what we want to do here. Take on A3, take on F5. Knight E5, FG. Should be something. I have an idea. Okay, I'll take on A3, EF5, GF, rook F5 take, queen takes, and then knight E5. Covers all the checks, and then my A pawn is really strong. And then white's forced back. Yeah, that looks nice. All right. Finally figured something out. So EF will just go GF. 94, we have bishop E3 check. Knight F3, bishop F6, or bishop E3.
Rook A1 takes A3.
Okay, just takes the pawn, that's fine. Let's take this one. Bring the knight back. What is problem?
Knight B5 takes A3.
Okay. Now I think just knight E5 looks pretty decent. Healthy extra pawn, strong knight. Can go F4 too, actually. Maybe F4. I think we should go F4 while we have the chance, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I like f4. Any e5, we have knight e5 covering g6. And otherwise, we're just breaking through on the dark squares, opening up white's king. So gf, can go bishop f4, followed by queen h4. All the dark squares under fire. White's knight on a3, too far from the game. Yeah, should be winning for black.
Knight d2 to f3.
Okay, knight f3, I thought I can just take on g3. Knight g5, take on h2. King takes. And then queen g5. So probably just pawn takes here. And then we can play bishop f6 or bishop e3 check.
Pawn h2 takes g3.
And then just bring the knight to e5. Bishop f6, e5 is a little concerning. Maybe check and king g7 just to defend the g pawn.
King g1 to h2.
Okay. No, maybe just knight c5. No, but I really want knight to go to e5. Just have to figure out how to get it there. Oh, king g7, queen c3. Have to be careful. Loose pieces drop off. Maybe king h7. Not sure. Not sure. I feel like I just gotta play knight e5 here. Dang, maybe we got something better than all this. I don't know. queen e8 and g5. So we activate. Queen e8, knight b5, g5. g4. Give check. g4, 95 maybe. 95 we have. Okay, yeah, I like it. All right, queen e8. e5 we just take. Knight b5 we have g5. Little trick. And then g4, bishop f4 check, and no, g4 just knight e5 immediately. So knight b5, g5, g4, knight e5. Threatening to take on g4, and then queen h5, and then knight e5, queen takes e5 check. Queen gets in on the dark squares, should be really nice. We don't care about c7.
Queen c2 to d3.
Okay, that's fine. I think bishop c5 and then g5.
Knight a3 to b5.
Yeah, now we got knight e5 coming, and I feel like we're getting the initiative that we were looking for.
Bishop g2 to h1.
Whoa. That doesn't seem right. Okay, knight e5 takes, queen h5, queen h3. Can go check and knight e5 first, but not sure it makes huge difference. Yeah, I like knight e5 first, because then we also get knight g4 if we want. But yeah, queen h5 and queen h3 seems pretty devastating. No defense that I can see.
Black wins. Black wins.
Okay, GG. Thank you for following, Carol. Thank you for following, Ricky. I think we played that one pretty well. Let's see. Oops. Okay, this is all theory. This is all theory. Should g5, h6, but white took, which I think was a mistake. Yeah, as we take. Could take with the knight too. Interesting. Here. Now maybe h5, h4. We went here. And then, yeah, this was just kind of big blunder. Now black is much better. I mean, winning, really. And then, yeah, this was game. So here, knight f6 also. Yeah, actually, knight f6 I missed. This was interesting. And then knight g4 check. Super annoying. So if e5, knight g4, and then bishop comes out to f5. And white's cooked. That's cool. So yeah, of course white should have taken with the pawn here, and then I could take like this, take a1, bishop f6, and bishop d4 check. I think black has decent game. Yeah, I don't know about this b6 though. Apparently likes take, and c5. So en passant, bc, and yeah, black has the dark square, so black is all right, but it's probably about equal. I don't know how good our winning chances are there. Maybe you should have taken with knight. b4, queen e7. Let's say knight e1, and then h5, attacking like this. Knight d3, h4. Let's say c5, h3. And black is getting, c6 even. Black is much better, -1. Wow. Interesting. Okay, folks. Yeah, bishop takes f6. Usually not good in this kind of position. There are cases where it does work, or like it's playable, but yeah, I don't think this was one of them. Folks, I think I'm too tired to play another game, so I think we'll end it there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Make sure to follow the channel if you haven't already. Join the Discord. Join the YouTube. Yeah, 1800. Maybe we can play sometime this week. And yeah, otherwise I will be streaming later on. All this week probably, as I'm getting ready for Reykjavik Open, which is coming up. So I'm trying to get all the practice I can before that. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. But okay, grind continues. Let's why don't we send the raid back to Charlotte? Dina raided us. Let's send it back to Charlotte, to the Chess Shark.